Hi there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is your general angel reading for the week of May 2nd through 8th of 2022. So we're just getting your cards out, and they're taking a little bit more time than they sometimes do. So we'll just have to be patient and let them come. Okay, and so sometimes that means there's a little pre-message for you. So they gave me a flash of a picture of warm summer days, blue skies. So it feels very much like that's available to you. It's interesting because it was a really quick flash of that picture, and now it's kind of like a choice. They're saying it's your choice if you have that bright sunny future or if you don't. Does that make sense to you? That you have the ability to not only choose what things physically you're going to do or where you have to be or want to be, what you're going to eat, so therefore how healthy you're going to be, all that stuff, right? You have those choices. You also have the choices to not do those things or do different things or whatever. And that also affects your health and your, how you feel about things. And so it's very much like, I'm not sure if you're trying to downplay the significance of those choices or not. I can't quite tell what exactly that is, but it is your choice. That's what they're saying. You can have it or you can not have it. Okay, all right. So let's see what the cards say to us today. So number one that comes up here is trust. Feels like you're just, you're a little upset with people who didn't follow through or something like that. Or who you're scared they're not going to follow through. It's not that they've done that yet, but that's what you're thinking might happen. And that would upset you greatly. And so you don't want that to happen. But meanwhile, your focus upon that is bringing it. And so you need to just trust yourself, your intuition, your ability to plan and to bring things about, your manifesting abilities. Trust that your angels or your upper guidance, like however you call it, that they're working on your behalf and bringing all this to you, what you want. Trust that other people in your life are going to follow through. And if they don't, it's because it's been redirected to something better, right? Like, have the trust in that. Have the trust in that. And just, be happy about it. Go with the flow with it. And things will fall into place. It's not magic, but it is the law of attraction. All right? And so you are always looked after. It seems like you have these fears about not being looked after or not having adequate resources or things like that the things you're planning are not going to work. You have all these fears, and I suppose that's quite normal, but at the same time your angels are saying it's unwarranted. It's unwarranted. If you have faith and you have trust and you understand that you are always looked after, that your guardians are protecting you all the time, then things are much more likely to go in your favor. And it feels like this is just a reminder for you that you used to know this, you used to have this all the time, but you've kind of gotten off track a little bit because maybe things got a little stressful in between then and now, and you're just not confident in it now or something like that. But you can be. Try to get back to that spot where you used to be, where you just knew that things would show up. Yeah. Okay. Now, it's time to look after yourself. What is it that you've been denying yourself? There's something that you've been holding back on and choosing not to do because it's just for you. I mean, how important can that be? Very, very. It's time to nurture yourself. Get the good food. Do the things that you enjoy doing. And not just as a break, but do these things all the time, regularly, so that your levels don't dip down, right? Your energy, your giving, receiving balance, like all those things are included in nurturing. And it's a regular thing. It's not just a treat every now and then. So, include yourself in the important things. Okay? And part of that is going outside. Look at how beautiful this is. I'll show you in a second. You've been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. Look at how beautiful that is. Amazing. And so that's right along with the nurturing. Like what part of that is your favorite? Do you like walking in the bushes or perhaps you're near the ocean and you can get there? Or maybe you'll just sit outside in the sunshine reading your book or whatever it is, right? But breathe that air and appreciate it, savor it, all that. Like it just fills you up. And that's what you need, like with this nurturing. Just feels like you're a little depleted and, your trust needs to be refilled and your ability to have confidence in yourself and your ability to create your future, all that stuff needs to be refilled. You've gotten a little depleted. And so let the outdoors, the great, beautiful, amazing outdoors, let that fill you up. And you do that by appreciating every little nuance of it. It feels so good. It feels so good. And while you're out there, listen. Listen. What are the messages for you? How does it feel to just be outside, to be part of the great world? To be a necessary part of that. To be in the flow. Excuse me. This little cough. Anyway. So while you're listening, you don't have to be listening for anything otherworldly. You're hearing the birds. You're hearing the breeze in the leaves or the trees. I apologize. So, what else are you going to hear out there? Maybe the neighbor's lawnmower or snowblower, depending where you are and what's happening. You might hear vehicles or airplanes. What are the other things you might hear? Like the little animals in the underbrush, or a dog, or all those things. Like, just what are you hearing? Just listen. Some of it will be magical. This tickle in my throat is ruining the magic of your reading. I apologize. Oh, okay. Sometimes this is part of the reading, and that's what they're just trying to tell me, that, even though I've been getting this tickle quite a bit lately, this is part of your message this time as well. That they're saying that your ability to create what it is you want for your future also depends partly upon your ability to communicate that to other people. If you fall down in the communication, which listening is half of the job of communication, right? If you fall down in your ability to speak or to communicate in whatever way what it is you want, then your disappointment when it doesn't come out the way you wanted it to is partly your own doing. And that means that it's partly within your own control, that you're the one who can change that. So that's really good news. Like, it's not a blame game at all. That's not what we're saying. It's that then you can control that. You can work harder to communicate. You can confirm. Do you understand what I mean? Can you describe it back to me so that I know that you understand, right? And don't be scared to do that. Don't back away until you know those things. And that's where you will listen as well. Okay. All right. So we have here, this is the final card in your reading. And Isolde talks about undying love. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. So, you know, it feels like for some of you that you are no longer in physical proximity to this other person who you have shared undying love with, and that you wish that was different. It's like you're pining. Pardon me. But so the message here is to treasure what you have had instead of only lamenting the loss of it, or that you can't have it right now or something like that. And yet, like some of you, I can feel very definitely you still do have this love, just that maybe it's you're forgetting to appreciate it, or the person, something along those lines. It just feels like you're kind of sunk low at the moment, and so you're not having confidence in yourself, or you're not feeling very lovable or loving in some ways. And so the whole energy of this is just kind of a little low, a little subdued, right? Treasure what you've had and what you continue to have, and really appreciate that, because that's what brings more of that. Okay. All right. Hopefully that resonates. That was a bit of a muddy message with that card. It didn't come through the same way the rest of this was, so I'm not really sure what that means. Like the rest of the message was not forthcoming. So hopefully some part of it resonates with you. Okay, so here we have the daily guidance cards with one last bit of wisdom for you from your guardian angels. Yeah, release and surrender. So all this kind of down feeling, just hand that all over, to your angels, to your confidant, perhaps, if that's who you have. But release it all. It's heavy stuff, and it's been dragging you down. So even get some energy clearing by a practitioner that'll clear you out and help you to start fresh again on a higher level, right? Something has been just dragging you down, and you need to just get rid of that, and then you can rebuild the trust and the confidence and the higher vibe. Okay. It's almost like this energy of oh my God, is this never going to be over? Something like that. Yes, it is going to be over. Things change constantly, and yes, the end is near. And your perspective, your willingness to shed the heaviness, is going to be a key part to feeling hopeful again and feeling higher vibe again. Okay. All right. Aquarius, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you so much, and I love you, and I'll see you next time.